Hello, everybody, and today I want to talk to you about what our current political landscape looks like, not just domestically but foreignly as well. And when we take a look on the domestic side of it all, what we see is, again, it's kind of a mess. We have a lot of inner turmoil going on right now, and there seems to be a lot of vested interest from other nations into our own political well-being. Often you're going to see the superpowers of the world fall from within, not from a foreign threat. For example, what we saw happen to Rome, it was a lot of inner turmoil that happened before you could have the barbarians to ransack Rome, for example. So that's what we're seeing in the United States, is a lot of inner turmoil happening, and they're using this time with this inner turmoil to abuse us, to take advantage of this. And by they, I mean our threats overbroad, right? So we're talking about China, Iran, Russia. These different countries all have a vested interest to attack us. So what I'm talking about in terms of the United States crumbling from inside, what we see is often each side is accusing the other side of having a global power, have a vested interest in what is going on. Take, for example, what we have in 2016, the Democrats and those on the left and some people on the right said that Trump and Russia were tied together. And now whether or not you believe it, that's what was being proposed out there, and people said often Russia was trying to interfere with the election, and we saw that Russia was trying to at least make an attempt. Not saying that there was collusion, but that Russia did, as any major power would, try to influence the elections in any other major country or minor country as well. You would be foolish to think otherwise. I'm not just saying this in terms of Russia, but I'm saying this in terms of China, Iran, North Korea, and so on. So what we see though is in 2016 we said people were coming out and saying that Trump and Russia were together. In 2020, what we see through the Hunter Biden stuff that was going on is that you see the Biden administration is going hand in foot together with China. So you're seeing on both sides of the aisle that there could be, or there is, flat out ties together, and there's a vested interest for both sides. Alright, cool. So against this inner turmoil that's going on, throw on top of the riots and the economic downturn that's going on currently, you can see how the United States is going to crumble from within. It's not going to be because of anyone on the outside. However, they are using this opportunity, and I do mean they as in other foreign powers, both global superpowers such as China, and then regional powers such as Russia or even Iran, and even minor threats such as, let's say, North Korea. They have a vested interest in attacking us and help, destroy the foundations, as it were, to weaken them, so that when the United States does start to crumble, we don't have anything to fall back to, and then here we are. We become another Rome. We go down the history books as a great superpower that collapsed from within. And in specific, I'm talking about the cyber attacks that are currently going on within the United States. Down in the description below, I'm going to be listing a lot of articles, some of them on the same topic, about cyber attacks that have happened within the United States. Back in 2019, the United States military did say that there was an imminent danger for cyber attacks that were going to be occurring for the United States, and that we're often fighting them. Not to say it is a new thing that is occurring, but it's going to get more and more prevalent. And what we see recently was that we think it is Russia has attacked the United States Treasury and Commerce, and has done a cyber attack in that regard, and many other big companies are getting attacked. They're getting attacked through cyber means, they're being hacked, information being stolen, so on and so forth. Again, please go down in the description for yourself, go research this for yourself as well. But what this means overall is that the United States security on a cyber front is being put up to question. Now, I would say the next few wars, especially the major wars, not minor wars, because we know that Biden's going to take us into Syria, but the major wars are going to be fought in the digital space. It will no longer be fought for man to man because it's going to be too costly for either side, especially with weapons of mass destruction. But instead, it'll be in a virtual front. So that is what I think is going to be happening going forward. But not just that, but it seems we're going to be entering another Cold War. This time not with Russia, who's incredibly weakened, but they can grow back into power, but instead with China. For China, again, has a vested interest in seeing us go down and collapse. Because whenever you have a strong president that wants to take a stance against China, China gets hampered. What we saw with Trump is he did put a lot of pressure onto China. Not enough in my opinion, but he did put quite a bit down, and China didn't like that. So instead, they got someone that they wanted within their wheelhouse, as we see through the Hunter Biden stuff, and got Joe Biden in. Not saying that the election was stolen, but I'm just saying they are happy that he is in. So that way they can have someone who will allow them to act as they will. So it seems we're going to be entering a Cold War on that front. China's going to do everything in their power to stop the United States. And we can see this because China's having a vested interest in terms of overseas markets. And they're not just overseas markets in terms of, let's say, different continents such as Africa, all of Asia in general, Europe, but even within the United States, as they're heavily invested in many United States corporations or have big business dealings with them. Take, for example, Riot Games, which is owned by Tencent, which is a Chinese corporation. Tencent has its tentacles in many different businesses in many different fields, and that's just one Chinese company. Go look out for yourself. Again, I have posted previous videos about this. It's in my China playlist, which kind of goes into this, how China has its tentacles everywhere. So I think, again, not only will there be a cyber war that's going to be going on, but there will be quite a heavy threat in terms of a Cold War going on. Perhaps you're already in the midst of a Cold War, or perhaps we are entering one, but in either case, there will be a Cold War going in the future with China specifically. And then we're going to go through proxy wars in different countries, perhaps Syria, and perhaps there'll be different countries in the future, maybe Afghanistan, who knows. Either case, please let me know down in the comment section below what you think is happening on the global scale. Do you think we're entering a Cold War? Do you think that there is going to be issues in the horizon coming up? Please leave a like, do subscribe. Thank you for watching though, and God bless America.